Come on in, come on in, come on in. Welcome back to SYG Visions, where I like to bring your visions to life. Today, we will be working on a memorial bench. This one in particular, I did in remembrance of my grandmother that just passed away a couple of weeks ago. So I am going to recreate this design as y'all follow with me to do this. We will be doing this in Canva. The template that I am using, I did happen to purchase it from Etsy. So you can get that on there. If not, there is a way to upload your own template into your computer. If you do need to see that, please leave it in a comment down below and I will get back with you with the video. Okay, so without further ado, let's hop right on into it. So first you want to open up Canva, upload your file. In this case, I have it already uploaded. When you first upload this file, when I first uploaded, this was turned that way, but I like to turn it to where it's facing this way so I can get a better visual of how my design is going to look, because this is how it is when you piece it together. Another thing before we get started, if you bring in a picture, this shape that's behind here, it will take the shape of that. As you can see, when I go over each one of these shapes, it becomes that picture. So with that being said, whenever you finally decide what you want your background to be, we will be having to go and save this and then upload it back up. So for me, I want to use an element from within Canva. If you already have a background saved on your computer, you're more than welcome to upload that. Just go to upload files, and your stuff will pop up. But for me, I'm going to elements. I am going to type in purple and yellow background. Those are my granny's colors, two of her favorite colors. And I am going to search through and find what background I like. So as you can see, there's a bunch of different color backgrounds, types of backgrounds, but I'm looking for one in particular, which I kind of like this one, but that ain't what I'm looking for right now. Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. So as you can see, I put it over it. It's going to go over it. I have 4 different shapes, so I need to duplicate this so I can have 4 of them. I'm going to go ahead and place that one there. This next one, I want to flip it so it's not in the same direction. And add that one there. Add this one here, and then I'm going to flip this one as well and put it on to this one. like so. So as I was saying earlier, if I add this to here, it's still going to change my background. So what you want to do is, once you're satisfied with your actual background, and that is how you want your background to look, you're going to go up to share, download, make sure it says PNG, click download. It's going to download it. Oh, I'm sorry. And this is going to pop up. And I am going to save it as the purple bench. And I'm going to push save. So now technically, if I wanted to, I can delete this. But what I'm going to do is just open up a new page. I'm going to go to upload. I'm going to go up to file, upload file, and I'm going to click on the file I just saved, which was the purple bench. Open it up. It's going to upload. Once it's done uploading, I'm going to insert it into my canvas. So as you can see, it is not the same size as this one up here. So what you want to do is take it and drag it to the top left corner to where it's lined up to the paper. Then you're going to take the bottom right circle and drag it out until it's the same size of the paper. So now you're back at the right size. So from here, you just start adding in what you want and start designing. I really don't have a complete idea of what I'm doing, but I know somewhat of how I want it to look. I know I want to have these 3 pictures on there. I don't know if I want to leave the background or if I want to make them take their backgrounds out. I think I'm going to leave the backgrounds in, but we will see. I know that I want either 3 pictures all up here or do 1 up here and 2 at the bottom. I haven't made up my mind. I do know that I do want to add a poem on the bottom part. I did write a poem that I cited or said at the funeral. I would like to try to put that on here. If I cannot put the whole thing, I am at least going to put a segment of the poem on here. So to start off with, I am going to add a text box. So you're going to go to text and then you're going to say add a text. I am going to put her name. Like so. Then I'm going to move it up to the top. Make sure it's kind of lined up with the middle. I can make these small. Technically, I can move them completely out of the way. So that's what I'm going to do for now to move them out of my way. Click on the name, go up here to the top, and you're going to pick out your font. I think I like this one for now. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. And I want it to be curved. So you're going to go to effects, go down to shapes and click curve. Right now is at a 91 curve. I am going to take it back down to a 16 right now. I'm going to move it up some more and make it bigger. Okay, so from here, what I want to do is decide if I want all 3 pictures here or do I just want the middle picture here and then make these other two pictures a little transparent to where it look like it's there, but it ain't there. I believe I want to go ahead and put all the pictures up here and leave this whole space for the poem. I'm going to zoom in some so we can work on this first portion. It's about right there. Okay, you can go to this elements. Once again, if you have elements or designs that you have saved to your Astro computer files, you can always upload them by using the upload files button. If not, there are a bunch of different things that you can find within Canva by going to elements. Say you wanted to add some hearts. You just type in hearts and hearts will start popping up. You could add hearts if I wanted to. I can add XO if I wanted to. If you wanted to add doves, you can type doves in, and as you can see, it'll bring up a whole bunch of different doves. If you wanted to add doves, I could add them, but I don't think doves is going to go with this purplish white and gold background. Maybe if I had some clouds or something like that. I can even go so far as typing in heavenly gates. You can add, if I wanted to, I could have added a gate back here. Or I could have added something like this. But once again, that's not really what I am going for right now. I'm leaning more towards, let's see, picture frames. And I'm going to go to this one and see which ones I like. I like something kind of like this, but I need it longer. I'm just going to go with this one. I like that it got these right here kind of look like hearts, especially this one. And these ones on the side. So I'm going to go with this design frame. I am going to make it smaller by clicking on one of the circles in the corner. And I'm going to stick it in the middle. Find my middle. And I am going to line it up, make it a little bigger. And I'm also going to make smaller ones on the side. And I'm going to duplicate this one and put one on this side. And as you can see, a number pops up to 0.229 that is letting me know that the distance between this one and that one is the same on both sides. So now that I got those frames right there, I can add in my pictures behind it. So now I'm going to go to upload. I've already uploaded my pictures. I'm adding them in. As you can see, my pictures did upload or come in front of the frames. So now I have to move them so they can be behind the frames. And to do so, you can either right click on the picture and go to to layers, and you can go to send to the back and it moved that one back. Or I can click on the picture and go to position, make sure that picture is highlighted, and find the frame that is on top and put it on top of the picture. Now what I want to do is make her a little bit bigger, and I want her to be a little bit more big. Okay, now with this extra part, I'm just going to pull it down, pull the insides in, as well as the bottom, like so. And you know what? I want to make this even bigger. So to select the frame 2, while I'm still under layers, I got picture selected. If you have a Windows, you can push Shift and select the picture and it will select both. Therefore, I can upsize them at the same time. Make sure it's lined back up in the middle. I'm going to go back down some. And put it there. I'm gonna make sure this is still lined up pretty good. Same thing with this one. I'm going to make her a little bit bigger. Think I'm satisfied with that. And then I'm going to pull this up so that I cannot see it from behind the frame. Now I am going to go back to uploads, upload this last picture. Making it a little smaller. I'm going to move it to the back. So I'm going to select it, right click, layers, move backwards. Send it to the, oh, I done sent it too far back. So I'm going to position and move her there. Why is my picture wanting to act up? That's that part. Now I want to add her sunrise and sunset dates. You can write in sunrise, sunset, or alpha, omega, but I'm just going to put the actual, just the dates. So you're going to go over here to text, add a text box. I'm going to type in date of birth. And then I'm going to add another one and then put in date of passing. And I'm going to put that one under here. Like so. This picture seems to be a little down further, maybe. I don't know. Seems to be down a little further, but maybe I need to move both. So what I'm going to do is select both and move them up some. That way I got a little bit more room between the frame and the actual dates. Okay, so now what I want to do is add another text box so I can add in the poem. I can already see from looking at my poem that it's not going to be enough space down here to put the whole thing without my poem being very small. So because I don't want my poem being small, I am only going to write a segment. I'm going to pick out a part to put in. So this is what I want to put in. So she's passed on, her spirit remains. And the fragrance of flowers in soft summers rains. A grandmother's love and eternal flame in our hearts forever. A cherished name. Then I'm going to say, we love you. Rest easy. Okay, so I decided that I want to use this part of the poem. Make sure it's lined up with the middle. And you know what? I want to take this part out and put it by itself so it can be in a different font and bigger. Make it much, much bigger. And let's find a bigger font. Okay, I like this font. Put it about right there. Okay, so now I want to add some type of element. Like I said, doves won't work for me. So what I'm thinking is add like some flowers, some roses. She had roses, purple roses at the funeral. Since the background is purple, I want to go with yellow. So I'm going to go with elements. And we're going to type in yellow roses. And we have some yellow roses. Now I just need flowers. Go through and see what I like. These are kind of cute, but they are not giving roses as much as I like. And then this brown swirly, too much for me. Okay, now this is giving out rose, but it's just one big one. Therefore, I will have to go in and piece out place the rose exactly where I want them. But I do see this one, which has two. I liking this one, and then it has the leaves around it. I am going to make it smaller, and I want to angle it to where it's kind of going with the flow of the actual bench. And I'm going to place it right there. I'm going to duplicate it, turn it around, and place one on this side, like so. So right now, I'm liking how it looks so far. I got the purple, I got the yellow, and the gold is bringing it together. Like I said, if I did want to add doves, or even not even doves, if you wanted to add anything, you could. But I think the flowers is good enough for me, but I do see that I want to change something. So I'm going to move this down some. Move this down a little bit more. Maybe I might need to make it a little smaller. Instead of having her name here, I want it here. I could leave it still slanted, but instead I'm going to take the curve off. So in order to take the curve off, you need to go back up to effects, go down to the curve. Instead of leaving it at curve, you go back to none. and it will straighten it back out some. Make sure it's still in the middle. Got an even distance between the top word and the bottom word. As you can see, it says 0.137. That's good enough for me. And since I moved the name from here to there, I'm going to add something else right here. So I'm going to go back to my text box. I'm going to add a text, and I'm going to write in loving memory of, and then I'm going to move that to up here. And then I'm going to make it bigger. Make this L big. And then I am going to make this curve. Fix that to about right now I'm at like a 13. And I'm going to move it up. And I can make it even bigger to about right there. So it's saying in loving memory of Mamie J. Grant. And then it goes into the poem. And at the end, we love you, rest easy. If I wanted to, I could put some stuff on this, but there's no need for me to do that. I am satisfied with how it's looking. This is for myself. So I plan to leave this in my business room, my off crafting room. I already know that Shia will be forever with me, but at the same time, now I have something to remind me of you sitting right here in my office, you looking over me. So now what you want to do when you're done, you want to go to share, go to download, make sure it say PNG. On this case, you can leave all this marked, but I just need number 2. That is the page that I am currently working on. And you're going to push done, and then you're going to push download. Once it's finished downloading, your files is going to come up. I'm going to save it as Granny Memorial Bench number 2. Yes, I want to replace it. So now that it is saved, normally I would print from Silhouette, but Silhouette has been acting up for me lately. So what I'm going to try to do today is print from my images. So I'm just going to go to my files. I'm going to open what I just saved. I'm going to go up here to the inner print. I'm using my Epson SCF500 series, which is my 24-inch sublimation printer. I am going to change the orientation from landscape to portrait. And I am going to change my paper tray from roll paper to an automatic sheet feeder. And then I'm also going to change my paper size back to a letter size so that it is the perfect size, the exact size that I need it to be. And from there, everything else looks fine. I am going to click print. Once it is done loading, I am just going to do a second verification to make sure everything is right. Hopefully y'all was able to learn something today. If so, I hope that you can hit that subscribe button, like this video, and even leave a comment and share. If there's something that you would like to see or you have a question about or more clarification that's needed, just let me know in the comment section. So now that it is finished uploading everything, now I'm doing my second verification. I am looking to make sure, one, that this is mirrored. Since we are doing sublimation, you want to make sure your anything that you print, especially if it has writing, that it is mirrored. And it is, and you would just push print. And that will be it. Okay, what you want to do is get a piece of paper to protect your heat press. I have my heat press set to 400 degrees for 60 seconds. I do have some heat tape so that I can tape my pieces to the paper. These are my pieces. I am doing a smaller version, but I do have a much bigger one as well. So what I'm going to do is take my piece of paper and I am going to try and peel off this piece of plastic film. So just be careful that you make sure you remove the plastic film before you press it, or it will not come out right. Once you remove it, you want to place the white part face down. I try not to put my fingers all on it. And then you want to try and line it up and make sure that it is within the design. Take some tape and just try and secure it as best as possible without it moving, like so. I'm gonna add one more piece to that one. And then you just gonna do the same thing with the rest of them. I don't really got no fingernails, so if you like me and ain't really got none, you can take one of these tools and use it. But today my nails working for me. But you want to make sure you get all that plastic off. I still have a little piece left on this one. And I'm gonna do the same thing. White part face down. And try to line it up best as possible. And I am going to tape it. One thing I will say I should have did before I had this heat press get warmed all the way up was to adjust my pressure. I did not do that. So hopefully I don't mess up my design when I get ready to press it, because my pressure, I'm going to have to adjust my pressure. So now I'm going on to the bigger piece. I'm peeling it back. Just like so. Make sure you got all of it off. And I am going to line it up with this bottom one. Don't worry about that extra piece of the design hanging off. That is perfectly fine. It will not get pressed on to nothing. You want to try to secure this as well as best as you can. Same thing with this one. Last piece. Kind of pull that back. Comes off pretty easy. And then I'm going to line this one up with this side. This is a close fit. It doesn't give you much wiggle room, but if you just take your time, you'll get it in there right. Secure this one. Now, also, I gotta be careful when you flip this over. That it does not shift as much. So the more tape you use, the better you might be with it not shifting. So I am going to use some extra pieces of tape. So now what I want to do is try and flip this over as easily as possible, like so. And you kind of can see, I don't know if you can see, but I can see the writing through it. I am going to take another piece of paper because this is sublimation. It can bleed through. I'm going to take another piece of paper, set it on top, push it in to the heat press, and I'm going to try to adjust my pressure before I push it all the way down. Hopefully I don't have it too loose or too tight. And I'm going to close it and wait for my 60 seconds. As you can see, it is on 47. Might use it, but it does be hot when you take these off or trying to peel them off. Hopefully everything came out good. But I don't know if you can see, but it is some residue where the ink bled through. That's the purpose of this piece of paper. I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat press off. And one thing I did forget to do was take the black outline out. But like I said, it is mine, so I don't really worry about it. to pull this back. As you can see, the design on these, like I said, it is a little hot. You could give it time to cool off, but for the sake of the video, I'm going to go ahead and pull them on off. And then here is the reveal of the other pieces. So as you can see, I kind of got this corner a little too short. I should have moved it over a tad. And also you can see the black line. I forgot to remove it, or I didn't have it lined up good. But it's mine. I'm okay with it. So all we have to do now is piece it together. So you're going to take you want your design to be on the outside, so you're going to take it and put them two pieces together. It's still hot, and I probably should have started with the bottom. You want the outside to be facing, design to be facing the outside. And you're going to take these two sides and piece them together, so like so. Then you're going to take the seat and do the same thing. Press them down, press it down, and then there you have it. In love and memory of Mamie J. Grant, my beloved grandmother. I hope y'all learned something, like what you saw. If you did, hit that like button, share this video. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel. I will have more videos just like this as well. Like I said, if you would like to see how to upload your own template of this particular substrate, or maybe any other type of substrate you got, just leave me a message in the comment section and I will definitely do a video for you guys. These benches can be used for not just memorials. It can be used for anything: weddings, birthdays, trophies type things, awards, whatever you want to use it for, it can be used for. In this particular video, I using it for a memorial for my, like I said, my grandmother. Other than that, I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day and stay tuned for the next video.